Oh, fuck, I'm tired. All right, we're live.
Old man.
I'm pretty much an old fucker. It's Masculine Geek number 149. This is the New Hampshire edition. TJ and I are hanging out in New Hampshire. We're not telling you, an undisclosed fortress of solitude, temporary fortress of solitude.
That's
with us,
Roma.
exactly. With us is Robert. And wait a minute, who have we here in the studio porch? We have.
I'm here now. I'm here.
And we're live.
Hey, real Christmas miracle. You guys got me on your show. I mean, y'all must have been real good. Santa has rewarded you with my presence, and I am here now. And on a serious note, is my audio all right?
Your audio is fine. So
okay,
basically,
cool.
You've got the Santa hat. So you're the whore in the drawer.
The whore in the drawer. Is that your latest book, or is that a Dr. Seuss book that he didn't publish?
It's a Dr. Seuss book. It's like the Elf on the Shelf. You're the whore in the drawer.
I'm the whore in the drawer. Okay, well, it's not related to anything we're talking about. I may have caused World War III.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Because I have.
Aaron, thank you.
So, did you guys see the meme? I didn't even create it. Somebody else did it. Someone sent it to me. It's a picture of Asia, and we're China. It says Mongolia and Uzbekistan and Burma and all that. But China, it says West Taiwan.
Yes, I've seen that. Absolutely love it.
So I sent that out. A couple Americans retweeted. Well, now the Taiwanese got a hold of it because it's, I don't know, 9 a.m. or something over there. And I'm getting all these Chinese translations. So I have to go into Google Translate. And a lot of them think I'm serious. Like, we want nothing to do with that evil empire. I'm like, hey, guys, relax. It's a joke, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Aaron, that's hilarious. It's just like, that's the problem. Is like with over there, they're about ready to invade Taiwan.
Well, not now. I haven't paid attention to international politics in a long time. But it's by God, I think if I got killed, but went down as the guy who started World War III, I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that.
Aaron, that's a positive accomplishment.
Hey, Aaron.
It is.
But traditionally, you're breaking with tradition because traditionally, everybody talks about ending the war by Christmas, not starting the war by Christmas. So you're kind of breaking with tradition of our forefathers, which is
I would love to see what Joe Biden would do. I would just love to see it because although there'd be a bit of melancholiness because I don't know if you guys know who Turd Flinging Monkey is.
Yes, I just read his book. I just read his book actually.
Oh, it's a good book. So The Way of Monkey book makes a great Christmas gift. But he is no more, at least as I know him, and I guess most of the people here know him as, would be a red pill creator, MGTOW type of guy. I actually tune in because he's, I think, a very interesting philosopher, even though I disagree with him on many things. But do you know what the world knows him as?
What?
They know him as the guy that photoshopped smiles on Brie Larson's face in Captain Marvel. That's. Do you remember that when that went crazy? It was like national.
I mean, that's where she was never seen smiling, and somebody made her look like she was.
That was him. But that's my point. Is like he's got this library of work, as do I, and I've done all this other stuff. What's he going to go down as? He's going to go down as the guy who photoshopped smiles on Brie Larson's face. Will anyone remember me for economics? Hell no. That'd be a little footnote. The man who started World War III.
No, you're going to go down as the man who thought that Michelle Obama was hot.
That'd be a third extra. And I stand by it. She is a very pretty lady.
Despite the penis bulge.
Are we going to do this again?
That woman has a dick.
Aaron.
Hey, you want to read that for us, TJ? Thank you, competent man.
I am starting to expect a twofer. Simultaneous China invades Taiwan and Russia invades Ukraine, which is going to happen.
I would have an erection.
EU freezes after natural gas supplies through Ukraine is coming.
That would not surprise me, man. It would not surprise me at all.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you think Michelle Obama is an attractive woman, then I don't want to hear about your opinion on Ingrid Bergman. Ever. Period.
Okay.
Can I interject something?
Absolutely.
He's Southern.
Aside from bumping your microphone and like, because you know where the fucking mute. Hey, Nick, what I'm gonna mail you? A mute button, okay? That's what you're gonna. And an instruction manual that says click here.
Of course, like the coupons, they'll be expired, so they
Are you
won't
done?
work.
Are you done?
That's what she said.
What I wanted to interject was, I give Cappy a little bit of shit online just because I give everybody a little bit of shit online. But up until that Michelle Obama comment, I had a lot of respect for Cappy and his work and everything else. Now,
sorry, I muted myself.
Yeah,
I'll give you this. Michelle Obama is handsome
for a man, yes. You want to read
She's
that
a
one?
She's a good looking dude.
She's a good looking dude, yeah.
The Confident Man for $5. Michelle Obama, WTF. Tell us, is Ashley...
No, don't say what what does that stand for?
You know what it stands
Well,
for.
say it. You Boy Scout?
I'm a Boy Scout.
Jesus Christ.
Do you need me to read these?
Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
Michelle Obama, what the fuck? Tell us. Is Ashley Graham starting to look good also? I hope you only need an eye test, maybe effective stroke from stress/anger.
I like how the comment man gets around. He donates to TFM as well. Hey, who was speaking of grandma? Because Ashley is a female name, but it's a guy.
Yeah.
Who was Heather Graham? Remember Heather Graham?
Oh, yeah.
What happened to her? Is she still a thing? What?
She
Hang
might
on.
be. Yeah, take a look. Take a look.
Heather Graham. What'd she look like? Because she was kind of my cup of tea.
She got old.
I know she got
like
old.
you, Aaron.
Oh, she's 5 years older than me.
She's what, 75?
So, I mean, if Aaron thinks she's attractive, she needs a prostate exam, just like Aaron.
What are you busy with, Daddy? Call me in. I want to know.
She's still all right.
Nosy.
What was that?
That is
There's a story here.
There is a story there, yeah. It's a new one of the potential new additions to my BDSM stable.
Oh,
She is 21 years old, so I am older than her father.
good for you. That's good, man. That's great. It's good to
That
hear.
doesn't happen often, but every once in a while there's an instance where I'm with a woman that's in my BDSM stable wherein I can beat up her father.
Well, or at least talk down to him, like, look here, son. Back in my day, we had to walk both up hills both ways. They're going down.
That's right.
Sure.
What? So she's 21. Does she have a good relationship with her father? Or does she know who her father is?
She does.
Does she know who her father is?
Yeah.
So is she white or Asian if she knows her father? Hey! Oh, hey!
Holy
zing.
shit. She's
Wow.
white and she has both of her parents intact marriage-wise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And she's a redhead.
She's a redhead with large tits and
Which is
owns
I-
why Vince is-
I
that's
hate you.
credit
I
to
hate
Vince.
you. I was very proud and happy for you. Now I hate you, and I hope you're miserable.
I know, right? Because I'm 30 years older than she is.
You're that old?
I'm 51, dude. So yes.
Wow. Holy
Yeah.
shit,
Oh,
you are
really? I
old.
thought you were like 20.
Well,
next
I
you'll
look it. I mean,
Next you'll tell me you come from the Pacific Northwest.
well, that's your area.
Am I the oldest guy here tonight?
I think you are. Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I'm kind of with TJ. Me and him are sitting at the kids' table because the rest of you is all old fucks. Holy shit.
These old fucks. Oh my word.
Oh, geez, with the oldness.
Oh God. With the
You know,
It
Aaron-
depends. Are they filling the shorts?
No, it's funny. What's funny with Aaron, for people who are watching, he used to do he does all these old man voices, and I didn't get them. And then I started watching Cowboy Bebop, and there's all these old guys.
Oh, those old guys. Hey.
Dude, that's exactly like you do those voices perfectly. And so I'm like watching, I'm watching Aaron. I'm watching Aaron do these impressions. So
We used to listen to the TJ Martinell show, and then we found something better. We listened to that podcast like there was no tomorrow.
You were planting seeds of another kind.
I watched Cowboy Bebop for the first time back in 2019 in January, February. And so I always watch. It's like a seasonal thing now. Like you watch certain shows during the Christmas season or whatever. I always watch Cowboy Bebop at the beginning of the year. That's my thing. And the funny thing is, the show is not uplifting for like, oh, we're gonna start with New Year with a guy dying and watching the girl he's always wanted dying, and and everybody he cares about disappears.
I love that's why I love that show. It's realistic. Now, of course, not set in space and no, but seriously, life is just a big letdown. That's all it is. It's just people you care about. No, seriously, people you care about die or metaphorically die are no longer part of your life. You fuck up somehow.
You can't
Then you must continue on to live. Now, what's sad is Spike Spiegel still cared. Like he still had a hatred for Vicious. And he still wanted to find Julia. But so even that I would say is too optimistic. Now it's just like, fuck it. I lost that one. Nah, I'm not going to kill Vicious. He probably hurt some people that deserve it along the way. Yeah, he's miserable. Let him be, you know?
Mm.
Well, I mean, there's that one. I mean, for me, one of the most powerful parts of that show is the part where
Ed gets naked.
No, where the young. What's the name of the young girl? That she's kind of like androgynous, but like she's leaving to go be with her dad, and Ein is following her.
That's Ein or no Ed.
Edward.
Yeah. Edward is leaving, and then Ein is following her, and she's like, "You can't go with me. You know, you got to go back." And he's like whimpering. She goes, "Do you want to come with me?" You know, and it's playing that song, you know, "Call Me" or whatever, which is a great song. And then she leaves with him, and Jet and Spike are eating those eggs. Like they kind of like realize she's gone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what inspired that one scene inspired me to do that article that's on the Masculine Geek site, the life lessons from Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, that sounds like a good article that I probably would read.
Oh yeah, it sounds like an article you linked to at one point.
When does it come out in audio?
I don't know, when you do it.
I know. I like your comment on the one book that I posted. Is it an audio? Yeah, it's an audio. Read it yourself and listen to it out loud.
All right, good. I just hit that on
Aaron,
the audio.
Have you finally read the Iridian? That book?
No, I've been busy with setting up my house and everything.
Your house is already set up.
No, it's not set up. I had to swap out dimmer light switches because the idiot electricians put on for halogen lights, but the lights are LED, so they flicker. So I had to get LED dimmer switches, and those. Okay, Mr. Government worker, there, sit on your ass and look at a computer screen.
You subscribe to the AARP magazine while you're at it, because this is what they're not even boomers. They're the silent generation. That's the stuff that they're telling me. Oh, I got this new house, and I had to switch out all the brand new lights. And I had to switch out all the plumbing. It was all plastic, and I had to turn it. It's just like, you're 85, 86 years old.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is, Aaron, this is a house that you had built. So what's up? What's up with the goddamn dimmer switches?
Well, the dimmer switch, they put the wrong switches on.
Oh, okay.
That's the short version. So when you put LED lights in, but with a halogen dimmer switch, the whatever voltage or current doesn't match up, and they flicker. So I had to switch them out. But when you switched them out, if they're on more than a one switch per light, then the lights get switched on and off depending on which light you turn on. So I had to put back the old ones, and I got to go get an electrician to come in, which is about a 3-month wait right now.
What dumbass said that?
Didn't you just need a 3-way switch?
TJ talks.
I don't know how to I don't know how to wire it up, and maybe I gotta get a 3-way LED switch. But after a while, it's just like fuck, you know.
That should be real easy to swap out. I could probably do it in an afternoon.
Okay, we'll fly out here.
I'm not flying Spirit. That's not happening.
Good for you. Spirit doesn't fly out here. There's like maybe 2 airlines that do. Puddle Jumper Air and oh shit, look below Air.
So one thing I do want to talk about, since it's a video Aaron did.
Hold it, TJ. Question: Who cares what you want to talk about? What does other people want to talk about? What? No, I'm sorry, TJ. Go ahead. What do you want to talk about, TJ?
I was about to give you a shout out, which you always need, like a woman needs reaffirmation from a man.
The best Christmas gift ever, TJ. It is all right. What? Go on. What's your comment, TJ?
You did that great video about Die Hard and if it were made today or not made today, right?
Correct. Yes.
So I was watching that with a buddy of mine recently, and I thought about how much you were right on a lot of the stuff that is true. Die Hard, as it is today, even though back in the day it was kind of blue pill by some standards, right?
Okay, sure.
Well,
I
I'm
guess.
just saying, I'm saying back in if you want to be a spurgy blue pilled guy, yes, Die Hard was kind of a blue pill film.
I don't think the dynamic existed back then. I think it was like, here's a badass dude who's going to take down a ton of terrorists, save his wife in the process. I think that was the main thing.
Are you talking about the scene where he's pulling the glass out of his feet and he's like, I should have told her I was sorry. I should have been more supportive of her.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that was
okay. Robert gets it, unlike Clary, who you have to like hold his hand because he's a gentle little boy. Right.
Raw.
Did you have a point with this diatribe you're going on right now? Or?
No, I was trying to point out how you're correct in that a lot of the stuff that was in that film, whatever the flaws, would not be made today.
Right. Because he would have just walked right out, let his wife get killed, and he would have had possession of the kids. That's it. And he would have gone hurrying about with Argyle in the limo and the mama bear in the back and go get some mama bears. And he would have gone to the Hure station over in LA, wherever it is. And yes. Yeah, and he would have watched it live happening on the television. And then when it would have blown up, he poured himself a shot of scotch and the kids are mine and I get survivor benefits. Yay, Nakatomi. And that's would have been it.
Cool.
I just watched that on 35 millimeter. Big screen, a week ago?
Nice.
It's crazy. I was watching, my family taped a whole bunch of stuff back in the late 80s on VHS, and I was watching it, and one of them had Bruce Willis being interviewed. It was like...
I would just like to say,
He was being interviewed because right after Die Hard came out, because nobody thought it was going to be a big film back in the day. So he was being interviewed, and they're like, "What do you think of this?" And he's like, "I don't know. Like,
I don't think of this."
Well, no, he had no idea that the film was going to be a big hit. Nobody thought that, and so it was kind of crazy watching this old, 32-year-old recording of a video where he's being interviewed on local news, where they're like, "What do you think of this?" And he's like, "I don't know." They're like, "What do you think that this film is going to be a big hit or whatever?" And I don't think he had any idea at the time, or anybody else did, about the fact that we'd be talking about it 30 years from now. Like, it's a Christmas film. I don't think anybody thought of that at the time. That's kind of the takeaway from the film.
Oh no, it wasn't contrived. No.
Right. Like, I don't think that I don't think he had the slightest clue, nor anybody else for that matter.
Well, no, because he
wasn't
an
Indiana
action
Jones
star.
kind of the same thing? Didn't like that was kind of just a gamble, and they had no idea if it would, maybe even Star Wars, I assume.
You had George Lucas and Steven Spielberg
together. They knew exactly what they were doing.
Yeah. Well, you had two very famous guys. Bruce Willis and Harrison Ford had just been in Star Wars. Bruce Willis was kind of a gamble.
Still a bit of a no-name.
Well, yeah, he was kind of a no-name, and that's why it was such a big deal. They were like, "Oh, Bruce Willis, who are you? Tell us all about you." Whatever. And he was kind of modest, as opposed to like if he had been Harrison Ford, he'd be like, "I don't know. I think it's been the greatest film I ever made. I don't care." Like Harrison Ford, kind of, he's always been a crappy person to interview and that's what bothered me. Like, dude, you had two great.
The best
series.
part was the interview when they asked him about Greedo. He was like, "I don't fucking care."
Yeah, well,
that was a good interview.
Well, that always bothered me. It was like, dude, if it weren't for that stuff, nobody would care. Because who knows about Harrison Ford's other films? They know about Indiana Jones and Star Wars. That's it. Nobody cares about space aliens versus cowboys. Nobody talks about Air Force One.
About that. Daniel Craig was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Well, American Graffiti was a pretty big deal, although his
right.
was pretty smart.
The point is,
small.
Talk to anybody under the age of 40 who knows about American Graffiti, other than me.
Not many. Yeah. I mean, we know about it, but
it was his first big film. But like, the point is, like, Harrison Ford should have cared a little bit more about the stuff that made him. That's kind of the point. Bruce Willis. Die Hard is the film that made him, and I think he understood that a little bit more because he was doing a whole bunch of Die Hard films. He did Live Free or Die Hard, which was a good film.
Did you see that? Yeah, I saw it. I did it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Well, it was just a gamble because he wasn't a big name, but he also wasn't what anyone would think of as an action hero.
That's true.
So it
well,
was,
the film was, I mean,
kind of
this is
against
what's
type
crazy.
in a way.
Yeah, I was watching a making of documentary, whatever you want to call it, and they wanted to get rid of what's his name, Alan Rickman, because they said his Hans Gruber persona, they hated it. They were like, the film, the movie, the film, the money said like, oh, we don't like this, and because he was just playing it so deadpan, and yet that's what made the film. And it's the same thing with Pirates of the Caribbean, where all the money was coming in saying, oh, we don't like Johnny Depp's interpretation of this pirate. He's kind of a weirdo. And he goes, I'm doing this whether you like it or not. And the same thing with Alan Rickman. He's like, this is Hans Gruber. You can deal with it or not. And they ended up, accepting it. And of course, the films become Die Hard made a lot of money. And they end up doing sequels. Same thing with Pirates of the Caribbean, right? And so it's like, this is where you got to tell the money, like, hey, your role is to provide money. Shut your face. You don't understand the audience. This is where people, there's some people who want to give Walt Disney a lot of crap throughout the years. It's like, dude, he didn't have the money. Roy Disney had to get the money. Walt Disney was a guy who understood his audience much more than the money. He was just like,
A Disney diehard.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. There was I was watching. If you guys haven't seen the movie 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea,
Watch it
with Walt Disney. They did an original scene with a sunset squid, which was atrocious. I've seen it on a DVD special features. They said, okay, it's not going to work. We're going to do a storm squid where there's going to be a storm going on, and you're not going to see a whole lot of squid. Whatever. Yeah. Yes.
He's keeping it brief. Don't worry. Don't worry, Nicholas. He's keeping it brief.
You want to read that, Nick?
I could have taken a shit by now and been backwards.
Oh, you couldn't do your prostate exam.
No, I could not.
No, you could not, because you're an old man.
Nick, you want to do us the honor of reading that one?
Am I going to read it like me, or am I going to read it like James?
Read like James.
Is this another TJ Talks About movie stream?
Is that James?
No. You're not doing it right. This is how you do it.
McTubis?
Is this another TJ Talks About movie streams? Yes. TJ about movie.
He's not Richard Nixon.
I am not a I am not. No.
Shut the fuck
Fellow
up.
American.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Shut the fuck up.
Well, out of curiosity, why are you guys up in New Hampshire? What's going on up there?
Real estate reconnaissance.
Oh, you guys might move and HQ out there then?
Well, they're finally moving in together and getting married.
We are
The first state to allow gay marriage. So
New Hampshire allowed the gay marriage, so TJ and I are. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that that'll be some really ugly kids. Why north instead of south, like Tennessee or Florida?
You want to hook up with?
Why north and not south?
Oh my god!
Why not Tennessee?
Tennessee is full of retards.
No.
I have no idea.
Well,
You answer that question.
so New Hampshire is a state that I kind of like because of the architecture, the history, the culture. New Hampshire is also the free state. They take that seriously based on the people that I've talked to. They're very big about like not interfering in your lives. If you want to be in a libertarian state, New Hampshire's it. And it's on the same latitude as my state weather-wise. So yeah, that's kind of it.
Something you need to be cognizant of, though, because the company I worked for previously is headquartered there, so I spent a lot of time there. You got a lot of fucks who ruined Massachusetts are moving to New Hampshire and are trying to ruin New Hampshire. Keep that in
yeah, like
mind.
the Californians are doing to Texas.
And what's funny is a lot of those guys are here because they don't like what happened in New Hampshire. So they're like, yeah, we like it here because of, there's no government, there's no taxes, there's no whatever. And they're very cognizant about other people from Massachusetts moving up there. There's one sign in a cigar lounge I'm up here in, and they go, "Welcome to New Hampshire. Don't screw it up." That's their kind of attitude. So, and the problem is, okay, great. They might screw it up tomorrow. Well, guess what? Washington State is already screwed up today. So, that's a potential, but a guarantee is back on the West Coast. And so, why not Tennessee or these other places? Well, that might happen, but I don't want to move to Florida, which is politically another place I'd go to. But there's a reason why you can buy a home for $150,000 there, because it might get destroyed by a hurricane.
Where's that?
Well, anywhere in Florida.
How much are the townhouses down here? You're saying?
Oh yeah, there's townhouses here for $185,000. In the area that I bought my home, modular homes and trailer homes are selling for $400,000.
You want to read that, Aaron? You read that one, Aaron? The super chat from Conk.
All right, Conk for $10. It's cute to see the lovebirds sitting on the love seat together. Totes adorbs. Wait, TJ, why did you fly literally across the country? I mean, you also wanted to check out New Hampshire?
Yes, that's what,
okay.
He's from New Jersey.
I'm the sidekick. I just came up to visit TJ.
Oh God.
You're not getting it. TJ flew out here for real estate purposes.
Okay.
I'm just here to hang out because I'm about 5 hours away.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, got it. All right, glad I asked.
Hey, I'm doing reconnaissance, man.
Here, if I were going to live in the Northeast, it would definitely be New Hampshire. Don't get me wrong, but the problem is that 10 years down the road, you're going to be surrounded by fucking New York and Vermont and all that other shit.
I got to disagree.
And Connecticut.
Well, no. I got to disagree because New Hampshire has the Free State Project, which is this mass immigration of people from other states who are very libertarian, moved up there. They're taking control of their state legislature, and I think that it's going to be where if you're a person who wants the government to enforce your values that are antithetical to liberty, you're going to go to some other state because from a statewide perspective, they're going to force you out and say, "Hey, you're not welcome here." It's kind of idealistic, but I think that that's how the state is going, and people can look at the state politics and all that other kind of stuff. But at the same time, at the very least, it's okay, that may be bad, but look at my state where I can't go to my own hometown and go to a restaurant without having to show my vaccination passport. You got to show.
Well, they're down to that now, aren't they?
Yes, you got to show your papers in my hometown.
Papers, please.
Yeah, in order to go have a cup of coffee in a restaurant.
It's fucking 27 now and snowing. Just so you know.
I like those.
Hey, Vince, is tonight's show sponsored by anybody? Or what are you guys drinking this evening?
Yes. You put it in the refrigerator, so go fucking get it. Goddamn. You put that shit in the refrigerator.
You put it in the refrigerator.
No, I didn't.
So, Nick, the new Punch Riot's out, yes?
The new and the final Punch Riot is out, correct.
What do you mean by final? Not really final.
Well, I have ceased publishing it as a PDF, and I'm doing there will be a format change in 2022. Some new shit. Pussy's rum?
Pussers.
Oh.
Pussy's rum. Darks.
The drink in the Royal Navy, at least until 1970, I think is when they stopped getting there.
Here's the deal with this. This is the gunpowder proof. So prior to the introduction of the Sykes hydrometer in 1816, the Royal Navy's purser, or pusser, that's slang, tested the strength of the daily issue of rum by mixing it with a little water, to which was added a few gunpowder grains. When heated through a burning glass, the gunpowder ignited and the rum was served at gunpowder strength, 109% proof.
Nice.
Aged to perfection for a minimum of 3 years in charred oak bourbon barrels. It's very smooth. It's very good. So, and it's almost gone. This fucker.
May the Lord and the saints preserve us.
TJ's taking over my position.
He is. He's doing a good job actually. Without the gay hat.
You know, would you like to see a different hat, perhaps? Then
No,
Is this hat perturbing people.
I appreciate the Santa cappy.
You know, okay, all right, I'll be here then.
Yeah. How's everything going, by the way? In your redoubt?
It's improving, but it still sucks.
What do you mean? Wait.
TJ, shut up for 5 fucking minutes and let someone answer a fucking question. God. I got a syllable in. I didn't even get to well. TJ, like he's constipated trying to take a shit. TJ, shut up. So it's been 9 months of 100-hour work weeks. And that's not an exaggeration because there was all this shit that had to be done with the house. Then there's the regular stuff that you got to do this, of all things, art, because I've lived in 1-bedroom apartments ever since I left home. So I never had that much stuff. And now it's like, holy crap, I got a lot of walls.
Oh,
and,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know, yeah. And then even when you lived at home when you were a teenager, or 32 in TJ's case, you know, you were only one person out of 5, you know, so you only had your room. And I'm like, man, I got to get art, and art sucks. But good news, and TJ will appreciate this. That I am going to get a bunch of Cowboy Bebop art, some tasteful stuff, some pretty cool. Now I'm not going to go overboard with it, but you get a vinyl print. I make my own frames. I put it up on the frame. You got to hang it. It's got to be, and I want to do everything once and never be done with it. Yeah, it's tiring and taxing. And there's all this other shit I'd like to do, but I'm not getting to it. Although finally I have been slowly catching up. But it's a beautiful house. The tragedy is there ain't no one to see it. Like my stepdad's too old to see it. My dad's wife is kind of a pain in the ass. And I don't know if like you guys got your parents and they got to this stage. I can't possibly leave my spouse. It's like, yeah, you can. They want you to leave for about a week and a half. They'll be just fine. No, they won't live without me. Actually, they'll do quite better without you, you know?
Yeah,
they got their children. They got other people. Fly out. Oh, I don't like Vegas. Well, Dad, why don't you like Vegas? There's nothing in gambling there. Dad, when's the last time you were in Vegas? Oh, 68, 69. Things have kind of changed, Dad. Wow. Well, what would we do? I'm like, well, we could golf, we could hike, we could go to the Zion National Park. We could there's a lot of things aside from gambling and whores, Dad. It's
So you're saying, Aaron, you'll make an itinerary for him?
I would make I'd have him come out for only 2 days because then he'd worry that his current wife would, I don't know, run off, which she can't because she's borderline crippled. And then you have to get back because heaven forbid, you know, Minnesota would collapse without his presence. You know, I don't know what happens to old people. They think like, I have to stay here. I can't move to Florida. It's warm and they got no taxes. What do I do? It's like stay in northern Wisconsin. Yeah, just have fun. Oh, the pipes froze again. Yeah, well, too bad for you.
You want to read that one, Aaron?
Yeah, Alex Patino, our truck driving Latino agent in the field for $5. If you're going to have Cowboy Bebop art, you must also have Samurai Champloo. No, because Samurai Champloo, very good, but not a Cowboy Bebop. Not that impressed with it.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you for that.
So I'm curious, Aaron.
And yeah, you need to get rid of that fucking. Actually, no. You know what? Keep that blue rubber band. I don't know what I would do without it.
That's what
Gee, look at that! Look at that weapons grade reverse psychology. That was so clandestine.
You like that?
I don't know how I cannot help but fall for it.
So Aaron, I'm curious. Like you were talking about Cowboy Bebop art. Like, you know, a couple of years ago, you and I were kind of looking at some stuff that I wanted to get from my house. What were you thinking of?
What, Cowboy Bebop?
Well, like specifically because there's a lot of great stuff. You know, I was looking at stuff for my house, and frankly one of the.
Well, let me look it up. I'll see if I'll put it in the chat room. I'll show you the 2 items I have either being made or I have purchased.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and you'll kind of get a feel. And I didn't want it to be like, okay, so here's one. Let me go to the website here. This is in Hungary. Are they going to make this a pain in the ass? Oh, no, they're not going to make it a pain in the ass. Okay, so I don't know if you could put this in the public chat room, but there's the private chat. So that's one. That will probably go behind me because I think it's appropriate for a recording studio. And then the other one.
Oh yeah, that's pretty iconic. Let me share it. Hang on.
Yeah.
And then there's another one that you have to know what it is to get an appreciation, but this will go upstairs because it is the same color coding for my upstairs. Hang on, let me see if I'll try something else here. Maybe it's on Amazon.
Because I was showing a couple of photos with you, Aaron, and this was on, like back in 2019.
Yeah, and what's great is a lot of these people are just putting their artwork out there for free. And you say, "Oh, I'd like to buy this," and it's like there's nowhere to buy it.
Well, some of it's not expensive.
What's that?
Well, some of that stuff is not expensive. Like they're not charging a whole lot for their art.
No, they're not. But the other thing is a lot of people do fan art. And like, oh, here's the 300 dots per inch, high resolution, super big image, and then you just go to a sign store and print it off. Darn it, there was another one. Hang on, let me Cowboy Bebop Swordfish.
This is not showing up for some reason.
My favorite was with Faye, lighting a cigarette for Spike.
With the
and not to give anything away, but I was like, I was telling Aaron years ago, I'm looking for a girl like that, and he's like, yeah, you're gonna have to work for it.
You're just not gonna find it.
Well, yeah,
you're just not gonna find it.
I didn't want to sound too depressed here for the kids.
There's one. Hang on, let me find another one. I'm half tempted if I ever put in a bar. Let me see if I can't find it.
This is the first episode of Masculine Geek where the chat is more interesting than the show.
Right?
I'm not sure what the chat says.
Yeah, right.
Question.
The chat's kind of on fire tonight.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah,
that's what they
yeah,
pay.
I'm not watching it.
That's what they pay us for.
Yeah.
McTubus is like 2 guys talking about decorating their house. Such a good stream.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, props to McTubus and Con. They're bringing the heat.
Absolutely. Yeah, Competent Man and McTubus, Marty.
The heat and the spice.
Rah.
Yeah.
Aw.
Okay, here's one that may go down in the basement at the bar.
Well, I can't.
Still trying to.
For some reason, StreamYard is not. Do me a favor. Share your screen with me.
How do I do that?
You press the share button and then share
Share.
And then you're the guy that's going to send me instructions on muting.
Share screen too.
Boomer Tech, how do I screen share?
Won't allow StreamYard to see your screen.
Yeah.
StreamYard. Entire screen.
All your
allow. Okay. How's that? Can you see that?
Yes.
Dude, I love that photo.
That's cool.
That's very nice.
And then the other one, let me get Cowboy Bebop poster.
For those of you who like Cowboy Bebop,
Here.
you'll realize that there's 2 different episodes. There's Waltz with Venus, and then there's another one,
Jupiter Jazz.
Well, whatever it is, but the Singing Sea and Waltz with Venus is the same tune. One of them has lyrics.
Yeah.
All right, so
Go ahead.
there's the do you guys see that one? The
Mhm.
green, red, and blue. That one.
Yeah,
Shit
dude.
my pants. Yep.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Rah.
Dude, I remember that podcast, or not podcast, that blog post you did on the 20th anniversary. And that was what got me into watching it. I was like, wow, this is a great. I was talking to this gal recently from my area who was into anime, and I was like, you got to watch Cowboy Bebop. And she goes, I've heard of it. I was like, yeah, you've heard of it, but you haven't watched it. That's a problem. You got to solve that. Like now.
Yeah, watch that shit.
Yeah, I was like, you got to watch it. Like, this is a great show. And she was kind of into anime stuff. And, you know.
Fucking dickhead.
I think I may have
And you're the one with the nature background.
Mm-hmm.
The southern heck.
That's the dark woods, baby. You don't want to go there.
I may have gotten
Is
screwed
that
out
where-
of
is that
80
where-
bucks.
is that where the hard yeet twang originates?
That's where most people go in, but they don't come out. Hard yeet twang, exactly.
You want to read this one, Aaron?
All right, hang on. Next episode will be a live from IKEA. Cappy and TJ, after finding that perfect couch, will discuss the lack of masculinity in modern film over a bowl of meatballs. Lingon berry sauce on the side.
To you, Mick. You're the last savage.
Word. Oh my god.
So have you ever thought about getting some anime cells to hang up, Cappy?
I've thought about that.
That'd be cool.
I just right now it's been more just get the house operational. Get stuff stored away in the garage, set up storage in the garage, winterize the place because I go down south. Yeah, unfortunately, the image, I don't know what the hell just happened to it. I ordered it yesterday and now it appears not to be anywhere. And so maybe I got cheated out of $70. Darn, I'd really like to show it to you guys because it was pretty cool.
Mm.
Let me.
Conk.
Spark joy. You can't have the sparking of joy in Aaron's house. that would just completely butt heads with the curmudgeonly essence that is Aaron.
Well, and here's another reason just to like go find yourself a good sign store. And like if you want to do art, there's no reason to order this stuff online because there is so many scams.
Hang on a second. We have 2,302 people watching the show right now.
No,
That's what it says right now.
who the hell linked to us? That wasn't me. I don't pull 2,000.
I don't know. No, right now it's up to 19. TJ, what does that say? 1916.
It just dropped to 1,700.
That's when
1580.
that's when Aaron was
dropping fast,
born.
buddy.
Cheers. 1420. Well, everyone who's
Shantik Azalaga.
something. Apparently, Aaron's IKEA. Yeah. Hang on. Aaron, you want to read that one?
Dropping hard.
Yeah, I'm trying to find Alex Patino for $5. Ballad of Fallen Angels, a great episode. First episode I saw that got me to Cowboy Bebop in 01 because of school. I would set the VCR to record it and awesome. Wow, he had a VCR back in the day. Wow, yeah.
That's great. That was how I was back in the day where you'd set the VCR to record at a certain time. Because unlike today, you can't just go back. We're like, I'm going to go back on this channel and watch it back, whatever. And it's like, no, dude. Your VCR, you don't own your VCR. Your VCR owns you, or the TV owns you.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm still trying to find this picture because it is really cool, but I may never get it simply
What
because.
do you mean never get it? Did you?
Well,
order it?
because it's not it. I logged into my account to find the my order and like, okay, here I could show you a picture of it, and you click on it and it's like, oh no, it's not. It's no longer available for sale, and so it's just like, God damn it.
Cheers. If you hit that any harder, you're gonna break these fucking glasses,
That's
TJ.
what she said.
Jesus Christ. Listen, you're cut off. No more. No more.
Me, you dork.
Look at these gay guys
done.
clicking their glasses.
Right here. See that rum?
That's so New Hampshire.
At home again, let the waters roar, Jack.
Jesus Christ.
Long we've tossed. Okay. All right. We'll sing later.
That shit. You're cut off.
That's not what she said.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
So how you doing?
Yes,
Nick?
Merry Christmas.
Exactly. How you doing, Nick?
Heathen dog.
Right now or in general?
Well,
Probably
let's
wondering
go-
what he's doing here.
He's like, what the fuck? Now, how you doing?
I've never seen Nick without a stogie in his hand, so he must be doing all right.
He's all right. Yeah, in general, how you
If he
doing?
doesn't have a stogie in his hand, I'm like, he's either doing really great or
really-
not,
or really bad,
Yeah.
I'm doing well, guys. Jesus.
What a dork.
The rum really brings out the gay in TJ. That's
Oh my
Wrong,
God.
wrong.
All right, you're cut off.
Me?
Yes,
I'm not the one who's accusing guys of being gay.
that's not. It's in the chat.
Yeah, they're probably drunk too.
on the bright side, gentlemen. At least he hasn't broken into his Ethel Merman impersonation. So we got
Hey,
that going
I
for
got
us.
it up now. Take a look at that.
Is that what she said?
Who's Ethel Merman?
On that?
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now,
Yeah.
is that a that's a full spread, full sheet canvas, right? It's like stretched canvas.
Yep, stretch canvas.
Still not as cool. It's still not as cool as the one I was gonna get.
No, it's a swordfish, right?
That's the swordfish, correct. So that's going to go above the three-way fireplace. So like it's not too, this is in the dining room, open kitchen area. So it's not, it's not going to be a picture of Spike Spiegel with a gun. So people are going to be, oh, what's that? So it's a little bit toned down. But then when you go downstairs into the game room, hell yeah, there's going to be like a roulette table, my Star Wars arcade game, a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, all the naked guys that you don't talk about us with. Yeah, we get it.
Which Star Wars arcade game? Aaron?
The stand-up one with the
he's
lines
all
that shoot,
post-
the vector graphics one.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's gonna
okay.
have all his posters of Michelle Obama that he won't talk about.
So I got that, and then I do want to get some tabletop games, but I'm going to wait. Or not tabletop, but like the flat, Pac-Man where you sit down at the pizza parlor, that kind of thing. But I am going to wait for a nice big recession to occur.
like Michelle Obama.
Right. How much rum has TJ been drinking?
A lot. TJ's
Okay,
drunk
good.
right now.
No,
Okay.
No, you.
I
dude,
couldn't tell with the
I know
constant
you took that
Michelle
bottle.
Obama stuff. Yeah.
You are like several levels above Buzz because you get very talkative. You get very talkative.
All right, I'll get really
Yeah.
quiet.
Was there a topic that we had here today, or
No, just
just this was it? Okay, cool.
What you see is what you get. Yeah,
How to,
Okay,
how to
let me
gay
see.
up a live stream.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Let me see if I. Darn it! You know what? It stopped going viral. Darn it! I was kind of hoping that would make an international incident.
What with you and your Taiwan? shit?
Yeah, the Taiwan thing, because like I wrote an article about how I thought Mad Max was a feminist movie. I wasn't going to go see it, and everyone in the world got sand in their vagina on that one. And this one, I was kind of hoping that the Taiwanese and the Chinese would,
I gotta be
invade.
honest. Aaron. I finally watched all the other Mad Max films. That was the least gay film of all the series because the first two, I have the original Mad Max and Road Warrior. That's just a film, a bunch of dudes half naked in leather. Like, I mean, somebody explain that to me.
Did it make you sweat uncontrollably or something?
Do you like gladiator movies, TJ? Do you like-
You ever seen a grown man naked?
I'm sorry, but like, I'm sorry, like I couldn't watch the films. I stopped watching them halfway. I'm like,
you had to jerk off or what? You just like got it.
It's just they're kind of like quasi homoerotic films. It's like, I'm sorry, they're not masculine films. I was just saying. Vince here, he's spent too much time with.
Oh fuck. Oh shit.
You okay?
I'm fine. Yeah.
You gotta do a prostate exam.
No. I don't need a prostate exam from you, TJ. No, I'm good.
I'm not asking you. I'm like saying you need to go take care of yourself.
Oh, gee, no, it's all good.
No, I'm just saying like everybody talks about how Mad Max is somehow like this
fuck.
masculine guy, and I'm watching these films, and it's a bunch of guys in leather, half naked, and then I watch The Fury Road, and Mad Max is not naked in it, or none of the other guys are in it. I was like, okay, great. Like, how is this? How is this a feminist film, and the other ones are not? Like, okay, great. That may be a feminist film. The other ones are not masculine films. They're kind of gay films, and I know Mel Gibson is in it, but like in The Patriot, he's not half naked in it.
Vince, share my screen if you get a time.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm just saying, like great. I don't watch Spartacus either. You know,
TJ is Spartacus.
Spartacus.
I don't watch Spartacus, and I also don't watch that film with Sean Connery where he's in that weird gay outfit, like
Zardoz.
Yeah, it's like I'm just like I'm trying to understand guys who watch these films about Mad Max where it's kind of gay, and they think that it's a man's movie. Okay, dude, I don't understand it.
I don't either. I don't watch them, so I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't get it. So I'm just saying. It's gay.
Saying, it's gay.
Mad Max, for the most part, is gay. I'm just saying.
There you go.
I mean, if somebody wants to argue otherwise, feel free. But I watched Road Warrior. Aaron. He's like, I don't know.
What? Oh, you're quiet now? Oh, now what? Oh, I didn't know. I thought I had all the time in the world to work on a project I'm working on right now. What do you want? What's going on, man? Hey, guys. Hey, what's going on?
You dumbass. The Mad Max films before Fury Road.
Yes.
Explain how it was not borderline gay.
Homoerotic is the word you're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever word you want to use.
Well, because there was the guy who cried when his male love interest died. Remember that? So that is true.
Dude, it's like a bunch of guys in both films who are in leather, half naked, engaging in like they're behaving like a bunch of guys from Seattle. Like you explain that to me, I can't watch those films. So explain it to me. You notice the silence. It's not like,
well, because I'm working on something. Hang on. I'm going to give you your answer here in a little bit. Just give me a second. Somebody else cover for me.
Okay. Oh my God. He's like, dude, I don't know what to say. Dude, we got to get cover. We got to defend ourselves. It's like, no, dude, the films were gay. Road Warrior was a homoerotic film. There's no debating that. It's over. Like nobody's coming out with like it's like saying Star Wars was not a science fiction film. Immediately people would be like, yeah, dude, how many X-Wing fighters do you see in your daily life? None. Right, because it's a X-Wing, it's a sci-fi film. Whereas opposed to saying, dude, well, how many half-ass naked guys do you see? None, because I'm not a homosexual.
Well, the argument could be made that Star Wars is actually more of a science fantasy film than science fiction, but
okay, fair enough. But like I'm pointing out, I'm making a very simple opposite.
Well, no, I mean, yes, there's definitely because it's post-apocalyptic. There aren't a lot of women around because guess what? You know, women don't survive things going south that easily. So there are a bunch of men left and they've adapted as best they can to fulfill their sexual needs. It's like there are guys in prison who would say that they're not gay, but they're having sex with other dudes.
Okay, so we've acknowledged that the guys in the Mad Max films are engaging in what's the right word for it?
There's a
Those on
certain level of homoeroticism definitely implied. Yes, I don't think there's any argument
Which is
about
why
that.
I can't watch those films, whereas that stuff is not present in Mad Max Fury Road, which is supposedly a feminist film. But if you actually watch it, the irony, I don't think that this is the intention.
Safety doc, yes, all the above.
Yes, exactly. I don't think that this was the intention of the people who made the film, because I don't think that they're that smart. Most people are not intelligent. But it's not a feminist film. It's a film about how actually it's anti-feminist because because Mad Max has to show the correct way. If they allow right, you don't let a woman drive your Warhog. You don't, because if she does, he betrays you.
That's a metaphor for what's going on with the country right now.
I only let women drive my hog. That's the
You
only.
never let a woman drive your Warhog.
Not that warthog.
Ever.
Not that warthog, Nick.
No. But like in the film, Furiosa is driving one of his, vehicles, and the lesson. Who did that?
Aaron did.
Aaron, you're a queer. Oh my god! I gotta take a break.
All right, go take a piss.
Aaron, you're a queer.
So what do you think the chances of this to get monetized are?
Probably, well, not. I don't do ads.
Oh, you don't?
I ran ads a few times.
Aaron, it's not a gay bar like your home.
Oh god, I ran ads a few times. Like, I don't care about that. To me, that interrupts the show.
It was a joke with all of TJ's.
No, I know.
Mhm.
Well, we get super chats, and everyone who has super chats, we really appreciate it. It helps.
So, did you drove up there then, right?
TJ flew out. He got here on Sunday. I just drove up today.
Cool. It's only 5 hours away then.
About 5 hours and like 15 minutes. Yeah,
But the snowstorm you drove into, did that slow you down any?
a little bit. Well, Connecticut is like, parts of 95 on Connecticut are 55 miles per hour posted, which is the fucking dumbest shit.
Is it in the city or is it just their dicks?
They're just dicks.
Okay.
It's an interstate highway. There's no reason to have it at 55.
Well, it's supposed to be white people in Connecticut. That's just what
the people in Connecticut are fucking retards. So,
kind of like people from Minnesota,
well, those two,
like Aaron.
But I had a very heavy snow squall coming through the middle part of Connecticut, which slowed me down a little bit. Squall, which slowed
like Indian,
which slowed me down a little bit.
How? Hoorah.
But yeah, it was good. It was a good ride. I like road trips.
It was a snow.
I was making fun of Jack Napier yesterday morning. He had me on his show. He's kind enough to have me on his show. So like normally I made fun of him. So
It's easy to do with Gold Member.
He was telling me about how he was being interviewed by this gal from Amsterdam, and he says, "Oh yes, Amsterdam's our California." I'm like, "Isn't it like 20 miles that way?" He's like, "No, it's 2 hours." I'm like, "Okay, so it's 5 blocks down the road." And so I just kind of like thinking that 5 hours. Okay, that's a road trip. That's a real road trip. But I'm kind of like, Adam Piggott, like, "Oh, I drove to Austria." I'm like, "What, 2.5 hours?" Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oi, mate! I drove 2 hours to Austria.
Jesus. Sassed. I was on I-84. Yes. That was slow. That was like slow.
So, Aaron, according to you, Adam Piggott cannot drive.
He can drive, but he could go faster. Out of all the red pill minister people I hate that Vince is a great driver. Like Vince, I wasn't even worried. I was just like, dude, I could just chill out and relax. Vince knows how to drive. So that's because he's a real man. But then what's his name? Fresh from Fresh and Fit. He drives like an old grandma lady. And we were making fun. Nicest, sweetest guy. And we're, because in Florida, you got the Keys. So there's like a lot of bridge driving. And so there's a fair amount of traffic. Well, all of a sudden we get a clear open shot. And I'm thinking like, oh, he's going to hit the gun. I'm like, oh no, he just drives this way on purpose. Like, this is how slow he drives.
Right.
And so we were talking at that, and I'm like, yeah, I'm surprised we got here on time because Walter can't drive for. He drives like his grandpa. I was like, what are you talking about? So he is, out of all the guys in the Red Pill and Manosphere, he is the slowest driver.
Holy shit.
Well,
Yeah.
what's funny is you were talking about how Adam drives like an old lady, and then the great one has to burn all episodes of a podcast onto his CDs.
Right. Well, the great one, he's a good driver. He's a little slow too, but yeah, definitely Walter's way at the bottom. Because I know he's got a Lamborghini. I don't even know if he's ever gotten to third gear in that darn thing, but he's got a fancy. It mopes.
Oh, he drives manual.
No, aren't they all pedal shifters now? Like it's all on the steering wheel.
Some of them are. Yeah, all the shifters are now in the steering wheels. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's got that. But then I would say Adam Piggott, he's second worst. Great one. He's not like he's third worst. He's just third place and pushing average. And then Vince is definitely, top 20%. And I am like top 1%.
Oh, sure.
Because I do know how to drive, and I have plenty of miles.
I've never seen you drive, so I can't confirm or deny.
Let me just put it this way: whether it's a car or a motorcycle, I have my elbows intact. I have 0 elbow reconstructive surgery.
That photo, that motorcycle meme photo you posted of TJ like flying off the motorcycle was hysterical.
And then Jack, I found the guy with Down syndrome riding a pedal bike. That was pretty good. Oh, you fucking dick! It's just like, yeah, we got Jack.
Jesus Christ!
So I had a very dark thought. You guys want to hear my dark thought?
Sure.
It's like I'm getting old. I don't know if this guys happens to you, where you have like these horrific visions or thoughts, and you're like, "Am I losing it?" Like just horrible things.
Possessed by demon like you.
So I thought, like, what if Jack flew over here and we just all avoided him? Like, wouldn't that be the most horrible thing to do to him? Like, he's so excited to meet everyone, and for whatever weird reason, we all decide to be evil and just like not pick him up at the airport, and he's here in the United States all by himself. I'm like, that is a horrible thing. I've been having
for the record, only Aaron is this diabolical.
No, I'm not thinking about doing it. I've been having thoughts have crept into my head.
I was going to say evil, but then I said diabolical.
I think the darkest thing we could do to Jack would be to have TJ pick him up at the airport and talk about Mad Max the whole time.
That is true.
They're not that diabolical or dark. But do you guys ever have that like a horrific thought, like killing little children enters your mind even though you weren't thinking about it? You're just like, oh God, geez.
No, not really. Thanks for sharing that, though, Aaron.
Well, no, that's what I'm kind of scared. I mean, maybe I've had horrible nightmares too while I've been here. Not good at all.
Aaron, you're not supposed to have nightmares like that.
I know I'm not supposed to have nightmares. I'm just saying I have nightmares. It's been bad enough where I'll wake up at 4:30. I'm like, I'm not going back to bed. I am not going back.
Then you call us.
Well, you're on East Coast time. It's like practically noon over there.
No, it's not. Aaron, the reason you have nightmares is because
I have you guys as friends. That's why I have nightmares. Like, this is my life.
You haven't watched Dr. Strangelove.
I don't think that's it, but yeah. You guys want good news?
No, we don't.
Yeah,
never mind then.
Please.
Let's talk about murdering children some more. Okay, fine. That's
what?
Like everywhere else in the nation, like there's nowhere to find really good service or a restaurant that's worth a damn. So I drove clear across the Black Hills, way on the other side to a town called Spearfish. It's only like 15 miles from the Wyoming border because I was bored out of my mind. It's wintertime. There's really no hiking you can do. It's too cold, that kind of thing. So I'm like, all right, I got to get out of the house. So I decided to drive all the way to Spearfish. And I ended up going to this place called Steerfish. Instead of Spearfish, they called Steerfish because it's beef and fish, a steak and chops seafood type of place. And dude, menu was great. Service on top of the game. The bartender, she's like, "Hey, what can I? Here's a menu. Food served in 20 minutes." And it was a blessing. It was great. And so, if you guys ever come visit, we're definitely going to go to that place because that's like one of 3 restaurants now you can rely upon.
Oh, cool, Aaron. We'll be out there in the spring.
Yeah, I know. So I'm going to
Village by the Dork.
Village by the Dork. Yep. And,
When's the snow hit your area, Aaron?
well, we already had snow in October, but it's more like Denver weather. Like you can get something off the mountains pretty early, but then it melts. But it's been consistently like below freezing consistently below 40 for the past 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
So it's the average temperatures for December and January is 38 for high and 17, 18 for low, with variation, of course.
Well,
But
I know
like
when I was out in Wyoming and Montana in May, there were certain roads that still weren't open until like the end of the month or beginning of June.
Oh yeah, the high passes, sure. If you go up in the mountains, of course, yeah. But if you're talking on the plains, as long as you're not in the mountains, it's like Denver weather.
Okay.
And like next week, it's going to be in the 50s. So good running weather, maybe even for a hike. But yeah, it's actually very nice out here. Although I still am a weakling, and I will be going down to Vegas for January and February.
You stay for what, 2 months in Vegas?
2 months, yep. Although I might have to fly up to do medical stuff because my doctors are now here, and so I got to go in for blood work and all that because they're pushed out 2 months. And it sucks. It's like living in a socialist country. It's like, oh, we don't have enough talented people because we turned all of our weaklings into liberal arts majors who can't do a damn thing. So, that's
welcome to Washington State.
Yeah. Well, no, it's all over the place. I mean, you guys like. I know you make fun and it's in jest, but it's been horrible. I mean, like you really have to, if you're going to build a house or if you're going to buy a fixer upper, you are going to be your own contractor. You will learn to fix everything. And you will do a better job than the contractors because those guys are like, they really don't mature past the 7th grade. I mean, those losers, you just like, yeah, you're going to do drugs and you just have no hope. And vocational skill is you're not even at the vocational skill. So hopefully your pedophile uncle who, treated you a little weirdly will teach you how to do wiring or something. That is who your contractors are in the United States right now. So your best bet is to like go buy some tools, go on YouTube, learn how to do some basic electrical work, learn how to do some basic plumbing, and build a small house. That's about the best I can recommend.
Yeah. What are you drinking, Nick?
Bullet.
Okay.
Rye or the not rye?
No, just bourbon. I don't like rye. I don't like rye.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Yeah. That means 3
You know
hours.
where they got some really good deals on the booze?
No, Aaron.
For Bullet and the scotches and everything, Trader Joe's.
Really?
You can get 60% off, and here's what they do. It's the same distillery, it's just their Trader Joe brands. So if you got a if like you like Bullet, they got a Bullet. You like Buffalo Trace, they got a Buffalo Trace. It's not called Buffalo Trace though, but man, I used to think Trader Joe's was kind of okay. I hate capitalism.
$2 Chuck.
Yeah, my wife is the one that has the penis in the relationship. So let's go shop at Trader Joe's. But Trader Joe's actually does have some great deals. It actually is a good business.
That's cool. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. That's one good thing about New Hampshire. They have those big liquor barns on the state line right over. The ones that I always hit were coming up from Massachusetts because I'd fly into Logan and then drive up to Portsmouth. And we'd always stop at those big liquor barns right when you cross over from Massachusetts into New Hampshire. And now they didn't have prices like you just mentioned because it was all, it was all the name brands. It wasn't relabeled, but it was, but the prices there were pretty fucking good.
Why across state lines? Does Massachusetts like close at 5 p.m. or what?
Well,
taxes?
I think yes, it was just the price. It was like they were trying to be as close to Massachusetts as they could, so that people that wanted to drive up there for liquor, had the shortest drive possible. Yeah.
Vince, out of curiosity, because you're the East Coast representative, but I mean, I only know Massachusetts almost like as a fictional character, but it just sounds like people are assholes from Massachusetts. Like Boston people think they're really awesome. They're actually racist. And they're Marxist communist pieces of shit. I've never heard one good thing come out of Massachusetts.
Wow.
No, seriously, like Red Sox fans are horrible. Their hockey team sucks. I mean, their people are scumbags.
I haven't spent too much time in Boston. When I do come to the Northeast, it's usually Maine, Blue Hill, Maine, or Providence, Rhode Island. This is the first time I've really been out to Manchester.
Yeah, but I mean, since you live closer to Massachusetts than anyone else, I mean, is there a reason? Are these people just dicks or what?
It's the 80-20 rule, Aaron, for the entire nation.
Okay. 80% of people are assholes, only 20% are us.
And they're pretty much spread out throughout the United States, and they congregate on the East Coasts and the West Coast. They congregate on the coasts.
The people I spent some time with in Massachusetts, because I fish a lot, so I was with people who fished and fishing guides and shit like that. Those guys are pretty fucking cool, but that's a very specific demographic. That's
a niche. That's like motorcycle riders.
Yeah.
Right.
The last time I was in Massachusetts was for a PAX, one of the big video game conventions, and I was
there. Wait, when were you there?
Before the world shut down. So
I was there in 2010.
Okay. So, but I was there on business, and the evening, Friday or Saturday evening, we were at a Italian restaurant. It was one of those places that it's like you're not leaving there without spending about $200 a person. So this was it was a company meal, and it was interesting in there listening to some of the other conversations going on at the other tables, because they were people that weren't necessarily there for business reasons. They were there because they were, date night, or they were meeting, couples meeting for dinner. And so seeing all these people, in the nice outfits with lots of money, talking basically about how, they need to get rid of Trump and we need more government power, and how everything would be better if it was basically Marxist. And I'm like, you elitist pieces of shit are, in this
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Incredibly expensive restaurant. And it's like, you're all for more state control as long as it's your people controlling the state. And it was just, the disconnect there was very
a great movie would be you getting up and pulling out a 45 and starting to shoot all those fuckers in the chest with a 1911.
Yeah. Well, I thought that would probably have damaged my chances of doing more business with the people that were actually paying for my meal. So
what were you at the convention for again?
I was working for one of the game companies as a representative.
Okay.
I was there doing some modeling, some networking, and also had an interview about doing a voice for a video game.
Okay, cool. Now, when you say modeling, you were dressed up like a LARPer, right?
He was wearing a Speedo.
Yeah, yeah.
I was dressed as Sailor Moon. That'd be
awesome. I was a glorified booth babe. Yeah,
Sailor Moon.
Rob, I'll pay you $1,000 to see you in a Sailor Moon outfit. That'd be totally worth it. That'd be hilarious.
Cappy, I know you'd do anything for $20. $1,000 is just not enough for me.
Hey, I'll kick in 500 of that.
I want to see it. That'd be hilarious.
I'll give you 500 not to see that.
See, Rob, we can make money off of Vince. All we have to do is merely threaten, and then you'll get $500 out of our government employee who doesn't earn his salary. That's. Rob, I do have a serious question though. Because we are masculine geek, but since you're in the video gaming business, so like everyone here, I'm an adult with a job. And haha, it's a real one. But I mean, in other words, I don't play video games all the time.
Right.
So I had an Xbox One. Do you play console games anymore? Are you PC or what?
PlayStation games, but I do have a couple games I play on PC.
Okay, so if you do play consoles, here's my question. Are they just moving strictly to losers who have no jobs and no life? Because I bought like 4 used games. They were all previously AAA games, Battlefield 5, Call of Duty something, and I forget the other 2. And I throw it into my Xbox One, and we're talking 8 hours of downloads and updates.
Mhm.
And if I go away for 2 weeks, I come back, the Xbox has to update because underlying it's essentially a Windows 10 operating system.
Right.
So here's my question. They obviously, you can't be someone who's like serious about your studies. You have a job, like you have to be a hardcore gamer to sit through this bullshit. And then when you it says ready to start. That doesn't mean ready to play. It means like you can tinker around with the menu. The game's not ready. And then what shocked me was Battlefield 5. There's a campaign, but it's a short one. So where's this going? Are they just going for the neats or the basement dwellers? And basically, if I want to play like a sit down, plug and play, I got to go Switch or PC games.
Pretty much. I mean, you play something like this, there's not a lot of updates, but you know, if you're like me and you haven't played in a couple weeks because you've been, you know, doing something to earn money or spend time with girls or something like that, yeah, chances are when you log into your PlayStation and obviously with your Xbox, you're going to have to do a system update. So if you're lucky, that will only take, you know, 10, 15, 20 minutes. But if you've only got 30 minutes to play around and, you know, dick around on a video game, it's like, okay, great, I'll do the update and maybe I'll get lucky the next time I have a few spare minutes to play. So no, it's basically for people who have plenty of free time to play on the games.
So are they consciously know this then, right? They're just going for, and the other thing is like, I can't just play I install the game. Fucking EA wants me to set up an account. I'm like, dude, I just want to play the campaign. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me, there's one of them, there isn't even, I think Battlefield 1, there's no campaign. So are they conscious aware of this? Like, they're like, nope, we're going to go after this target smaller group of people. And the ones who are like adults and just want to chill out and play a game and they're not hardcore gamers, we eat off to Nintendo or mobile games or something like that?
Yeah, basically. Yeah. You know, if you've got 5 minutes to play a video game, they think you're playing it on your cell phone. You know, you're playing one of those download games off of Instagram or wherever. And well, one of the other big problems with most video games, they tend to release games that actually aren't even finished yet. And part of the marketing for that is, you know, if you're one of the people buying the game new and spending the $60 or more to get the game when it's released, well, that's great. And now we're going to get you for all the different attachments for it or extra content, which is stuff that at one point in time would have just been a part of the video game when you bought it originally.
Right.
But no, it's built in. So now we can make you buy the video game a couple more times in DLC
for DLC stuff. Right. No, I was aware of DLC, but you know,
but no, you're right with the updates and stuff. You basically, it's more or less set up that, you know, if you play video games for a couple hours every day, you're golden.
Right.
But if you're someone who has a life or who video games are but one part of your recreation.
Yeah, it's like watching a TV show. Like, I'm gonna pour a drink and watch an hour show. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Then no, you're more than likely screwed, especially with the console stuff.
So do you know anything about the profitability of the industry in pursuing that business strategy? Like, do they know what they're doing? Because I'm like pissed off because it's like, well, what the hell? But do the hardcore gamers, they're just more profitable per person that they can. So like for every one of me, they can make 3 times off of a neat dweeb, you know, staying at home, jerking off to porn.
Well, I've seen some
they're not contributing to GDP.
Yeah, I've seen some different stats, some of them conflicting, so I can't really say definitively. But I mean, overall, the video game market has been doing really, really well. But I think there's been some tremors in the last year or so which is kind of odd because you would think with things being as weird as they've been in certain places, there are some, you know, there are people who have had plenty of time to play video games more so than they have ever had in their life in the last couple of years, just because of some of the nonsense going on around the world. But I'm not sure where all it's going to go in the industry. There are certain people who are raising some good questions about the quality of certain products, but you also have certain companies that are coming, just like every other aspect of commerce right now, that are coming out with products that are driven more by agenda and clicking certain demographic boxes that have absolutely nothing to do with like profitability. The Last of Us 2, for example.
Oh, that was
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
that was quite a crap storm. But yet, but again, like a lot of other areas, the critics giving it high marks and glowing reviews, but yet you had, the week after it was released, used copies flooding GameStops and other places to the point where, we're not buying any more used copies of that because people put it in, started it, and it's like, oh, screw this crap, and we're getting rid of it. And it's just like some of the stuff you see the reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, where you got all these glowing, critical reviews for, Seth Rogen's
It's like
newest
a
whatever,
Dave
and,
Chappelle, Chappelle review ratio,
yeah, and then all the fans were like, this is crap, and then the reverse where everybody's attacking Dave Chappelle, but the fans are like, this is funny shit.
No.
So there's a major disconnect, and I'm hoping that there's some kind of reckoning coming from it, but I don't know that it's going to happen. I don't know that it's going to happen anytime soon.
I'll never play. I'm never getting a console. I mean, I'll get Nintendo, but I'm not getting an Xbox or a PlayStation ever again. It's just not It's not You have to be a nerd. You have to be a perma virgin to stay at home, and you have to constantly play. So
Aaron,
if you're,
Aaron, what consoles do you have?
I got well, it's great because I moved. Like I did the great. I know you guys think I just
moved. Oh my god,
I moved. But here's the other thing: I went through all my boxes. And I got rid of everything I wasn't going to use. And I put everything into like picture books. Like all the boxes are unpacked. Everything's in a display case. So I found a Nintendo. I found a Wii. I found a Nintendo 64. I found games for all of them. I found my regular Xbox, my Xbox 360, and an Xbox One. And the Xbox 360 was pretty good, but this Xbox One is it's horrible. It is just absolutely, and I can, to corroborate what Rob was saying, like I bought 4 games at this used video game place, and I was surprised. Like I paid $6 for Battlefield 5.
Oh shit!
I paid like $10 or less for these AAA games, and now I know why, because they're absolute shit. You just can't play them. Yeah.
This one's for you. Thanks, Carl, for the $5 super chat. Cappy, you want to read that out?
Cal Martin for $5 says, Cappy, check out Planetside 2, free to download and play, no matches, and like a cross between Halo and Call of Duty, very fun open map game. I'm going to do that. That sounds like a great game. It sounds like Red Dead Redemption before they made you.
You're a big Red Dead Redemption fan, aren't you?
No, I am Red Dead Redemption fan, the first and only one. I also like Red Dead Revolver, which was the predecessor to that. Red Dead Redemption 2, where I got to pet my horse and take a shower and bale hay. I swear to fucking God, did you grab a bunch of women who are wives and nags and hags? Say, hey, you know what he's got to do? He's got to pet his horse. Otherwise, his horse won't like him. It's like,
guys, Aaron has to take a shower.
Yeah.
Is
And then, like,
is
there
that
was
in the
another.
itinerary?
Yeah, it's a shock.
And then the thing that I liked about Red Dead Redemption was that it was an open environment and you could more or less do what you want. So I'm like wandering around in Red Dead Redemption 2 and I see a sheep. And I'm like, well, I haven't shot a sheep yet. Maybe you collect the pelt and the meat and you could go to the person in town. So I shoot this sheep and all of a sudden the screen goes red as if I committed a crime, because if you commit a crime, then you get the cops after you. TJ, shut up. God fucking Christ. So, do you know what the crime was?
What was that?
Animal cruelty. And I'm like, what PETA chick consultant did they hire fresh out of grad school to say, hey, you know what make this game really fun? When you shoot somebody's livestock and it's animal cruelty. That's going to be real fun. And so it's just, no, the games themselves, even if you can get them installed, aren't that fun to play. It's like, look, I use this as an escape. Okay, another one. I'll give you an example. Now I'll go off the video. But you guys ever play Call of Duty Hardline?
No.
All right. So Call of Duty, I'm thinking like, oh, running gun, shoot, mindless, maybe a little bit of strategy. Okay. Well, you play a cop, and like there's all these buttons you got to press to flash your badge. But if there's 3 people, you got to hold your gun on them at the same time, and you can handcuff them, but the other guy's meter will go too high and he'll try and do something. And so I'm like, hang on. So I looked it up. Unlike all the other Call of Duties, Call of Duty Hardline requires stealth and strategy and patience. I'm like, oh yeah, fucking patience. That's what I want. So it's just like, fuck this shit. The games aren't even fun anymore. So it's kind of sad, but yeah, I'm gonna be going back to 360 or just with Nintendo.
That's why things like this, which can be just button masher fighter games, to me, they're just fun.
What is it? I couldn't see what it was.
Dynasty Warriors.
Okay, all right.
Empire, Samurai Warriors. They're basically fighting games that take place either in the Three Kingdoms era of China or the Warring States period of Japan. So there's certain stuff in there that historically I find interesting, but I mean, they're just fun ways to, spend 30 minutes blowing off steam or a half hour. With something like Empires, there's a little bit of strategy in that you're trying to either unify China or Japan, and so you either act as a general to an emperor or some kind of feudal lord in service to an emperor. You may even become emperor, and you do different things to govern your various provinces and conquer territory and stuff. So, but again, that's only as long as, your game's been, your system's been used recently enough that there's not 2 or 3 updates that you have to waste time with. So, that's, I like video games, but I just only have so much time in which to play them. So
you could almost just say any kind of American or Western release is shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Japanese are like, yeah, here's a cool fighting game, and the girls have big boobies, okay, cool. I could go along with that. That's cool. But yeah, I just, it's not that I'm becoming a Asian file or Xenophile or whatever, but it's just like, man, I just want to pilot a mecha and shoot some shit. And seems like the Japanese are the only one that are going to provide that to the market.
Oh yeah.
Lately, yeah.
Well, they don't have
have you tried?
need a slee stack over there at the moment, so that's certainly a benefit.
Right, Robert, have you tried the latest Mech Warrior?
I have Mech Warrior 5. I did the intro for it, but I have not played the other one, which is more of a strategy turn-based game, I do believe. So I was looking at it. It looked interesting, but I haven't gotten around to it because I actually have a backload of stuff I have to do work-wise. I've got another project I need to do, and I've got a couple books I need to read for reviews.
Yeah, okay.
So,
gotcha. Cool. All right, gentlemen. I think it's an hour and a half, almost an hour and a half. And I do believe we're gonna wrap it up now.
Cool.
So, yeah.
How many viewers we got now?
Right now we have 54. We had over 1,000.
That had to be a fluke. Somebody had to fart on the servers at YouTube.
I can't stand.
That was some gay shit that happened with YouTube. Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't. That's not
stupid
real.
YouTube sending you 2,000 viewers. How dare they? What?
Yeah, there was actually 20 people watching, and there was like 1,800 and 80 fucking bots.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. We have our good following, and that's all we care about. So everyone, thank you for joining us on this Masculine Geek live stream Fireside Chat live from New Hampshire. Yes, we are live from New Hampshire. So let's do some housekeeping. Robert, where can everyone find you?
Robert Kuzlin, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and obviously as one of the new members of the Masculine Geek. So
there you go. Nick, so what's going on with Punch Riot?
Format change, January.
You fucking asshole. It's still going to be good. I'll still be writing my pulp novella Laser Dicks on there. Aaron, you need to check out my.
Yes, we will still have Laser Dicks serialized. We'll still have Casey Howell's articles on bourbon, and Whiskey Appreciation. We'll still have Charlie Winkle's fiction. Who knows what else will be on there? And we're also moving into more kind of media shit, more audio, like radio performances, shit like that. So there'll be some new stuff there.
There you go. Cool. And last but not least, Mr. Aaron Clary, where can everyone find you?
You could find me at multiple places, but first get my book, How Not to Become TJ. You can find me at many different places. My main site would be assholeconsulting.com if you have questions about finance, economics, the girls, and how not to become TJ. Also, I have a ton of books.
You do?
I do. Some are real, some are not. Some are more essay length. But if you're looking for a good book to get someone you care about, particularly their finances or their career, you can search me on Amazon.com, and there's a slew of books ranging from everything from Bachelor Pad Economics to The Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty to Poor Richard's Retirement. all good books. And then I also have a YouTube channel where you could see me doing live consulting for all my clients over at Asshole Consulting. So,
excellent. And Aaron, this is probably a question that a lot of people, they may be thinking about. Maybe they don't.
Yes.
Your Black Man's Guide Out of Poverty, correct?
Yes.
You're not a black man, so how?
No.
I'm playing devil's advocate. How would you know the black man's plight?
Because I consulted like 7 guys who were black, made it like Ed Lattimore and some other people that are not public figures. So I don't really want to mention their names, but black men, many of whom I had a lot of black clients come in, young black men who want to get out of poverty. So I do the video, and then people who followed me on social media, like, dude, that was an awesome thing. Okay. You got to help out. That thanks for doing that. And another one. So there's Ed Lattimore, and then Glendon Cameron is another guy I can publicly mention. So I can, because I knew the economics, and I also was poor, so I knew how to get out of it. But then I had to consult these guys, obviously, to get the black experience and angle on it, and I compiled it and put it together. So it is authentic. I didn't just
I'm not busting your balls. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I didn't come in swinging my white dick and let me tell you what the white man thinks. Here's how you do it.
We would all need our micron telescope anyway. So
yeah, right. Anyway, so
fantastic. All right, but in all seriousness, thank you for joining us, Aaron and Nick.
No problem.
And I've obviously always Robert. Is a pleasure.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, everyone in the chat and this fake 53 viewers at the moment. If you're real, then that's cool. If you're not, then whatever. If you're bots, that's cool too. Go say hi to your Chinese overlords. So, with that having said that, TJ, you want to take us out?
Yeah, guys.
Can you take us out?
Yes.
He is ridiculously drunk right now.
What do you? No.
No kidding.
Yes,
He didn't say take it out. He said take us out.
I'm going to be brief. I like gladiators. I want to rub oil over Kirk Douglas's chest. I'm going to go home and jerk off to Russell Crowe in Gladiator.
Oh, Jesus.
He could polish my gladius. Follow me at tjmartinell.com.
We're going to fight you. We're going to fight you.
As far away from that faggot.
Oh, look. A whole phalanx of men. Oh, my goodness. We're going to invade the...
Oh, my God.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, TJ was like, oh, my goodness. Here come the Carthaginians. Oh, my goodness. Hello, boys. I'm over here. Come invade me, please. Ooh, elephants.
And then they heard a voice.
I like that Xerxes bald head.
Oh, God.
Could you imagine like the flaming gay legionnaire? Just that make a great cartoon. It'd make a great cartoon. A bunch of Roman legionnaires in modern day.
You should probably spearhead that.
Shield
Aaron.
is so shiny. See myself in it.
All right. I don't know how we could follow that up with anything even remotely interesting.
Well, you can let me finish the podcast.
Finish. Go ahead.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, guys. Keep the fires burning. Keep the lead shooting downrange, especially at convicted pedophiles like Kyle Rittenhouse. Don't take any wooden nickels, and don't take all the rum like that.
Like TJ did.
TJ drank all the rum.
I did not drink all the rum. No, I didn't.
I'm glad I'm no longer. I have passed on that throne to TJ. So.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, I'll see you guys.
All right, later.
Bag it.
All right, gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your evenings, and we will see you all later.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.